obvious change has been due to the change in the object. You might say that, the thing we study, the object of our study. You might say that physics, high energy physics and anthropology have one thing in common. They both study disappearing objects. So we've been studying disappearing societies and changing societies in any case. Of course, they change in ways that are related to their tradition, something that people don't always understand in anthropology. They aren't so radically different. But there has been this change in the nature of what we study, and consequently a monograph from the 1930s or 40s or even 50s is no longer any, it's not even known to many anthropology students today, let alone reproduced in their own work. A second big change, which is related to the first, is the globalization and the juggernaut of the Western capitalist system. And it has had many effects in anthropology, one of which is that a lot of present anthropology has become exotic economics. And you could take any subject matter that anthropologists study, like, say, secondary school children in Cyprus, and just add neoliberalism to the title, and that's what it'll be. Secondary school children in Cyprus and neoliberalism. Sorcery, black magic in the markets of Nigeria and neoliberalism. So neoliberalism is now a black hole into which we put all kinds of things. Unfortunately, because between secondary school children and neoliberalism, there's a lot of culture which gets left out. A third related thing is related to the examples that I just gave. And that is, there's a great deal of trivia in anthropology today. Trivial subjects. I was sitting in a seminar at the University of Chicago not too long ago, where the seminar was on, the presentation was on customs officers in Ghana. And I was sitting there, and the thought came across my mind, we used to study customs in Ghana. Instead of customs in Ghana, we now study customs officers, school children, psychiatry in Greece, all kinds of, making hummus in the West Bank of Israel, and so on. Very, very small subjects, which get universalized by putting them in the context of the domination of capitalism. That's why it becomes making hummus in the West Bank of Israel and neoliberalism. So my feeling is that that what's happened today is that there's hardly any similarity between what we study today and what was studied before. And in the process, the real main discovery and object of anthropology, namely the nature of culture and how it changes, has become almost eliminated from the discourse. But with all that, I would like to add one caveat. Namely, I once heard Rodney Needham speaking in his later years to a bunch of Australian young anthropologists, and he was bad-mouthing anthropology. And I thought I should never do that when I get to be his age. And I don't think older people should be the people who comment on the state of anthropology, because it's always no good to them.
Gobierno de México.